Hey guys, it's Miss Booksbaum here again, ready to give you your second online chemistry lesson. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning how to calculate limiting reactant using mole-to-mole conversions. This is happening on page 15 in your packets. So if you don't have your packet out, make sure you get it out now and turn to page 15. And we'll get started right away. Can't wait. Hey guys, we're back on page 15 in your packets. I'm going to start with guided practice 1. The next 4 problems have to do with this equation up here, which says 2H2 plus 1O2 makes 2 H2Os. There are 5 moles of H2, so I'm circling what's given, and 1 mole of O2. Which reactant is limiting and which reactant is excess? Explain. So we're looking to find the limiting and excess reactant. How I like to do this is the one that can make less product is limiting, and the one that can make more product is excess. So the one that makes less product is going to run out after it makes that amount, leaving the other one to be extra. So on top of here, I'm going to write limiting equals less product, or less yield is the scientific way to say that. And the excess reactant makes more product or more yield. So I'm going to divide my work area in half. And I'm going to start on one side by writing what I know in terms of my number of moles of H2, which is 5 moles H2. And my other side, I'm going to start by writing what I know in terms of moles of O2. 1 mole O2. Like that. My next step is to figure out how much product both of them can make. So to cancel out my moles of H2 and get into my moles of H2O, I need to use my molar ratio. So I'm going to see how much 5 moles of H2 can make H2O. So I look here and I write moles of H2 at the bottom. And the coefficient in front of H2 is a 2. I look up here and I see, moles of H2O also has a coefficient of 2. So for every 2 H2s, I can make 2 H2Os. So overall, I can cancel out my moles H2. And I see here, okay, I have 5 times 2, which is 10. Divide by 2, and that gets me 5 moles of H2O. So theoretically, I can produce 5 moles of H2O when I start with 5 moles of H2. Now let's do the same thing with my O2. So I'm going to cancel my moles of O2, so they go at the bottom, and I'm going to get into my moles of H2O. So again, looking at my balanced equation and looking at the coefficients, since nothing's written in front of O2, I know that the coefficient is a 1. And the coefficient in front of H2O is still a 2, so I put a 2 at the top. Those are my coefficients. So for every 1 mole of O2, I can make 2 moles of H2O. So I'm going to cancel my moles of O2, and you can see here that I get 2 moles of H2O. So my limiting reactant is my O2, because with my H2, I could theoretically make 5 moles of H2O. But with my O2, I can only make 2 moles of H2O. So after I've made those 2 moles, my O2 is going to run out. And that makes it my limiting reactant. So limiting is O2. Excess is H2. Because after I've made my 2 moles, I'm going to have run out of this, and I'll have left over H2. Let's try another problem and see how we do. There are 3 moles of O2 and 3 moles of H2. Which reactant is limiting and which reactant is excess? Explain. So this is a really similar problem, just our starting amounts are different. In this problem, we have the same starting amount, but that doesn't mean that both of them are limiting. We have to use the molar ratios to figure out which one actually makes less product. So again, I'm going to draw my line. And just to keep it consistent, I'll keep my moles of H2 on this side, though it doesn't really matter. So I have 3 moles of H2 on that side, and I have 3 moles of O2 on this side. And again, we're going to figure out which one is limiting by seeing which one makes less product. Less product is limiting, more product is excess. So I put my moles of H2 at the bottom and moles of H2O at the top. Moles of O2 at the bottom, moles of H2O at the top. And now I can just fill in my coefficients. So let's go ahead and do that. So the 2 goes here, the 2 from H2O goes here, the 1 from O2 goes here, and the 2 from the H2O goes up there. So now I can see, okay, 3 times 2, so we multiply across the top, is 6, divided by 2 is this 3 moles of H2O. So 3 moles of H2 ends up producing 3 moles of H2O, which makes sense because the ratio is 2 to 2, or it would be 3 to 3 or 4 to 4. It's like a 1 to 1 ratio. While with 3 moles of O2, theoretically I could do 3 times 2, which is 6 moles of H2O. So because the O2 can make more and the H2 can make less, the H2 is limiting and the O2 is excess. I want you to set up the next 2 problems just like these, and I want you to pause the video, try those problems. After you've completed them, press unpause, and then you can see how I did my work. So I'm going to do my work while you guys do your work, but I want you to pause the video so that you can try it on your own. So for the last 2 problems, in number 3, I got that 2 moles of H2O was limiting, and that the 2 moles of H2 was limiting, and the 2 moles of O2 was excess. And in the last problem, since they ended up both making the same amount, that means they would run out at the same time, and there was no limiting or excess reactant.